को जाओ मत कहो, ना कुछ पाना ना कुछ खोना. Who asked you live at zero complete level? मौज में रहो, be happy.
Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave. When the prana leaves the body, then the death happens. Death of the body happens. Therefore, in Yoga Shastra, in Karma Kanda, they say prana is the Atma. Because if prana is not there, the body falls dead. If prana is there, body is alive. Therefore, prana is the Atma. It is where Sankhya, Yoga, Karma Kanda goes wrong. Kathopanishad says, न प्राणेन न अपानेन मर्त्यो जीवति कश्चन इतरेण तु जीवन्ति यस्मिन् एतौ उपाश्रितौ. Neither by prana nor by the apana the body is alive. But itarena tu jivanti yasmin eto upashrito. This prana and apana, they are there because of the pure conscious existence. Itarana eto, itarena itaro, eto upashrito. But what happens for a gross person? Light has gone. Therefore, there is no electricity. Put your fingers and see. See, friends. Therefore, how that prana can be the Atma? Atma is the controller, not the controlled. We can control the prana. See? Prana, then Anulom Vilom, then your Kumbhaka. So what is the simple rule? The controller is different from the controlled. See, this prana we are able to control. How can the prana be the self or the Atma? It is here we have to work. Then what is the position of prana in our spiritual life? So, for this we have to understand what is exactly the prana and how it is useful, important, but not the ultimate. The examples will make it clear. Once I had, during the snail mail time, now there is no snail mail. So, I had written something and put the letter inside the envelope, and then the address was already written, so I had to go. And then took the postal stamp. How we use the postal stamp? First of all, we sanctify that postal stamp. After it is sanctified, then it is pasted on the envelope. And then then now I will post it. So when I saw, one more envelope is still remaining there. Then I saw that was a different envelope. And the envelope on which we pasted the stamp is different. Oh God, now what to do? So if I peel off that stamp forcibly, it will be torn. 25 rupees gone. Then I, being conjus Indian, who is a conjus Indian? He who is so much concerned about saving that he will clean his teeth and swallow so that the stomach is full. Height of conjus. So then I took out that letter and how to take out the envelope, this stamp. So I gave it a jala samadhi, put it in the water. After some time, the glue was loosened or dissolved in the water. Then you can peel off very easily. If this is clear, exactly the same way. Body and the mind, they are held together by the glue of prana. Prana is only holding the self, Atma, and the body together. Light in the bulb is holding electricity and this inert bulb together. If there is no possibility of light coming out of the bulb because the ability to allow the electrical energy to express as light has failed in that inert bulb. Therefore, the bulb is dead. So, has the light gone out of the bulb? Now, suppose we take according to this Jainism, Buddhism, Yoga, Sankhya, Karma Kanda. According to them, the Atma, the self, goes out. So, when the bulb is fused, the light goes out. In search of another bulb, where can I enter? Where can I enter? Will it ever happen? Where the light goes when the bulb is fused? Nowhere. Because it didn't exist. It appears under n number of conditions. So when we sleep, like last night, now don't sleep, don't demonstrate. When we sleep at night, where are we? When are we? And what are we? Where we have gone? When we have gone? Who are we? So, in every dream, there is a dreamer. Dream is over, where the dreamer has gone. In another dream. Therefore, friends, unless you have the understanding, proper understanding, and it can come only through satsanga. And the satsanga also comes in our life, Ishvara anugrahat eva pumsam advaita vasana. Otherwise, even if Paramatma himself comes and holds our ear and wants to tell us the truth, hey, don't. We will not be attracted. It is the manufacturer's defect, not our. See, friends. Therefore, understanding is necessary if we want to walk spiritual path. Otherwise, it becomes only mechanical. And we only chant the mantras very nicely. Na karmana, na prajaya, dhane, na tyage, na ike, amritatva manasho. And continue the same thing again and again. Therefore, my friends, we have to clearly understand this. Now, next step. What is the importance of pranayam then? Pranayamam pratyaharam nitya nitya viveka vicharam. What is the importance? Importance is pranayama is putting the envelope with a stamp in the water so that it becomes loose. And without peeling off, you can separate it out. Without tearing it off, you can peel it out. Exactly the same way. When pranayama is done, what happens? What is the ultimate pranayama? One we know, actually Bhasrika and Kapalbhati, they are Kriya, they are not pranayam. But many of them mistake it, chalo pranayam karte, doggy type. These are Kriya, this is not pranayam. See, my friends, basics. So when pranayama is done, what is the first is we do anulom vilom pranayam. And then what is the next one is kumbhaka, bahe kumbhak, antar kumbhak. Then there is a third one, which is not emphasized, but that has to be known. The third one is kevala kumbhaka. Kevala kumbhaka means effortless suspension of breathing without dying. At this moment, see your breathing pattern. It is extremely slow and extremely shallow. As a result, the mind is dissolving in consciousness. And therefore, the shape of the body, the contour line of the body is becoming non-distinct. You have not done anything. You are hearing, but hearer is not born. There is zero effort. At this point, many seekers go to sleep. So, in this kumbhak, there is no defined Bahir kumbhak or Antar kumbhak. Breathing is almost suspended. So, where from the breathing begins? When the breathing begins? When the prana happens in the inert body. This must be known. Then we will discover prana begins from that which is already present. Prana is born. The truth that we are is not born. We are eternal presence. We have no birth, no death. So for this, now we have to learn. When a child is born, and if the child doesn't cry, then those who are alive, they start crying. Oh, stillbirth. Then what the nurses do? Urdhvamulamadasyakam. They hold the child with the legs upside down and splash ice cold water on the back and the front of the child. As a result, the principle of life gets activated. And that activation is the first throb in consciousness. A throb happens. Be attentive. The fetus, before breathing, after delivery, has solid lungs. There is no airspace. They are solid. When this cold water is splashed on the body, there is a kind of a jerk. And because of that jerk, the lungs open up because they are empty. Therefore, they were appearing to be solid. But because of this jerk, there is expansion of the chest cage, and therefore the lungs expand. And because of the expansion of the lungs, air is sucked in. Therefore, breathing in is a passive act, it is not active. Dekho Maharaj, unless these things are clear, ours is like a mechanic under a tree correcting the car's problem, and we imagine that, oh, these mechanics are better than the automobile engineers. See, friends, therefore, this has to be distinctly, clearly understood. Now, our abdomen and thorax, they are separated by one unpaired muscle. So those who have got medical background, they know all the muscles in the body are paired muscles, striated as well as the non-striated, smooth muscles. They are all paired. There is only one muscle which is unpaired, striated muscle, and that is diaphragm. So, the diaphragm separates the abdomen from the chest, and it is connected with the rib ends. This is how distinctly connected. And here in the center, it is where there is a sternum is connected. So when the birth happens either naturally or by artificially, the cage of the chest opens, there is a space, and then the throb begins. And it starts from the center of the chest, what we call a spiritual heart or the sternum. From here it begins. Therefore, knowingly, unknowingly, all of us, when we want to say, I am telling you, so that I is here. Can anybody will say, I am telling you? It cannot. Because we all know we are here. And when we thus become more and more aware of this origin, where from the prana begins, then slowly the breathing becomes slow and shallow. The reason is we have stopped all activities, because now we are focusing our attention, or in other words, we are remaining more and more aware of this, the center of our own being. Therefore, the breathing is natural, minimum, slow and shallow. Why? Because there is no energy requirement for the body. Body is simply quiet. And awareness is only about on one, which is one without a second. Only one. There is no gati. There is no going out or coming in. When this Kevala Kumbhaka is in the process of happening, the gati, the movement comes to a minimum, and non-moving mind is consciousness. Consciousness supports the movement of the prana, but itself does not undergo any movement. Like the space support the movement of all the planets, but itself does not undergo any movement. Now this principle has to be discovered. Discovered means what? It is already there, but it is covered by wrong notions. Wrong notions are to be removed. Because how, when this throb of consciousness because of this Keval Kumbhaka is reduced to the minimum. As a result, mind is yet in an infantile stage, and therefore mind has neither the past nor the future. That is why it is said, when you don't talk or think about your past, when you don't worry or talk to yourself about the future, the mind comes to a freedom from the movement in time. So don't bring the past, don't worry about the future. Mind has come to a halt. Everything is we are aware of. We are not sleeping. The body is distinctly experienced as, for me, seated on the chair, body is not moving at all. There is no effort anywhere. All movements come to a halt. But we are not sleeping or afraid of any thought, because of the old habits. Thoughts may peep in now and then. Who cares? So by this technique, when the mind stops running in the past or the future, then we go beyond waking, dream, and deep sleep and come back to tada drashtuhu sarupe avasthanam. How slow and shallow the breathing happens, Bhagavan Krishna says, Nasabhyantara charinau. The movement of the air gets limited within the space of our nostrils. So only life is maintained without anybody being born. When this is known, we transcend the doer or the meditator and also the meditation. We are one with the divine self that we are. Therefore, the wise Mahatmas do not have the ego of achievement or the regrets of failure. On the special status, I am good, I am bad, I am man, I am woman, I am rich, I am poor, I am a bhogi, I am a yogi, I am atheist, I am a believer of God. On the special status disappears for good. Thereafter, life is lived without somebody who is living the life. This experience is unlike any experience. But for us to have some anchor, this experience is like the experience of the space, supports everything, rejects nothing, doesn't get influenced by anything. And it is not limited only during meditation. It permeates in and through. Mattaha smriti jnanam apohanancha. Beyond waking, dream, deep sleep and samadhi. Is being without becoming. This knowing without becoming a knower. Experience without an experiencer. As we distinctly observe or experience the contents of this room, but they don't disturb us. We do observe the body, have all the experiences through the ears, all sounds are heard, but nobody is born. Simulate. This experience is like experience of the mirror. Mirror supports everything. In the reflection, let it be a living being or an inert stone, let it be a stagnation or a movement, let there be reflection of the water or the fire. Everything is supported. Similarly, we start living in meditation. This is what Bhagwan Shankara says. Yogarato va bhogarato va sangarato va sangavi yasya brahmani ramate chittam. He whose mind or the chitta is dissolved in pure consciousness. Therefore, Nandati, Nandati, Nandati. There is bliss, bliss, bliss alone. Take a deep breath slowly, 2-3 times. Open your eyes slowly. Now, again, I versus you. I am inside and the world is outside. Illusion has come into existence. Where had it gone? It can go nowhere because it doesn't exist. Yesterday somebody died. I got a message. Somebody so and so, he left his body. Where will he go after death? I replied, death is an illusion. Nobody dies. This we will be able to digest if we give up that wrong notion. We are inside the body. No. Body is in me. Like when I say all colors and forms are in my vision. But there are so many. How can they remain in my vision is so small? Because we have got infinite terabyte capacity. This is dependent on our lifestyle. Lifestyle has two major factors. One is the food and second is the activity. The food determines the quality of the mind. If the food is bad, mind cannot remain quiet. There are many Mahatmas who are Swayam Paki. Swayam Paki means they do not take the food cooked by anybody. Cook themselves. it has its impact. When the student said, we can understand, sir, that the subtle has impact on the gross. Vision is subtle, gross are the colors, we can understand. Electricity is subtle, all gadgets are gross, we can understand. But how can the gross have the impact on the subtle? If there is a bulb failure, will they have any effect on the electricity? No. How can we accept? Guru Maharaj said, you are very intelligent. Okay, now you have come. I was not able to remember Purusha Sukta, Sahasra Shirsha. Do you remember chant? He chants perfect. Sahasra Shirsha, Purusha, Sahasra. Very good. You are a wonderful student. Now onwards, till I tell you, no food, no milk, no water. Why? This is what I say. One day gone, second day gone, third day fellow dying for want of food and water. Maharaj can call us. Beta, how are you? Huh? He is not able even to understand anything. Then he was told, last time you came 3 days before, you chanted Purusha Sukta so wonderful. I really like it. Still ringing in my ears. Chant once more. Chant once more. What? Purusha Sukta. How it starts? See? Sahasra, Sahasra, Sahasra. He is unable to chant even half the mantra. Then the Guru Maharaj says, don't worry, go and take half a glass of lime water and maybe one biscuit. Don't eat too much. Okay? He goes. Within 2-3 days, 4 days, things are normal. And then he said, now chant Purusha Sukta. He said, I'll chant, but don't abstain me from food. Okay. He chants. He said, now you understood. Your question was how the gross influences the subtle. The food is gross, the mind is subtle. That is why how the food is prepared, who is preparing the food, whether the food is prepared in a proper manner. Get up morning, take your bath, finish your puja poti, and then while cooking the food, you are chanting the Lord's name. All that has impact on your mind, friends. We are digital people. Zomato. Those who are brought up with the Zomato culture, they will not get Paramatma, they will get tomato. See, friends, it is necessary that we definitely give due importance to. First is the quality of the food that we eat, and also the quantity of the food that we eat. Yoga Shastra tells, keep your stomach half empty, 1/4 filled with water for churning, and 1/4 keep empty, so that there is a space for the food to move inside. Like sometimes when we do the grinding, you put the thing to such an extent, dawa ke, and then it doesn't move. You have to leave some space. Therefore, meditation is not only for half an hour. Whole life is involved in that. So this is regarding the food, regarding what kind of thoughts we are exposed to. All the time worldly things, this government, this crime, that crime, that keeps on accumulating in our mind. And what time what will sprout, we don't know. Therefore, many times we say, I don't know how come these thoughts are coming to my mind. They are not coming from outside. Every thought is in the form of an unmanifest seed in our mind. Nothing comes from outside. Like all the waves, they don't come from outside. They are unmanifest in the ocean. Every thought, good or bad, it doesn't come from outside. They have seeds in our mind. And they are in the form of what we have been exposed to. Like a child got up in the morning, started crying. So the father said, why are you crying early morning? I had a very bad dream. I failed in the examination. So that child must have been again and again thinking about that. That only came. We are all the time thinking about all the worldly things, and then we want to sit for meditation. Friends. Therefore, when we iron the clothes, the wrinkles are very hard and they are covering the beauty of the cloth. So what we do, first of all, we sprinkle little water so the wrinkles become soft. And then we move the iron. All the wrinkles gone, the inherent beauty of the cloth, which was hidden, covered by the wrinkles, surfaces. Exactly the same way. Meditation is not half an hour exercise. 24/7, we have to remain in that mode. Now, third point. Whatever food we eat, what happens to that food? A part of that food is the digested part of the food is going for replacement of the tissue cells. A part of that goes in providing energy to the different functions of the different organs of the body. And the unwanted part of the digestive waste is thrown out of our body. And the waste is of three kinds. One is the solids, second is the liquids, third is the gaseous. Solids go through the fecal material. You also must have experienced sometime because of constipation, we are unable to evacuate it and therefore feel so uncomfortable. It has impact on the mind. Therefore, what is meditation? Keep your Madhya Pradesh normal. मिला दबा के खा लिया, आज जरा ज्यादा ही हो गया. Every day the same story. No control. Then the second part, the liquid waste, it goes through urination. And the third, gaseous waste. Gaseous waste is not emitting the air. No, that is not gaseous waste. Gaseous waste is, it is accumulated in your blood. And blood becomes saturated by the gaseous toxins which are the byproduct of your metabolism. And those toxins, they saturate the blood, and when there is no more possibility of accepting more toxins by the blood because it is saturated, then it is thrown out of the blood. Where does it go? It goes in the joints. Because between the two bones in a joint, there is a space. In some places, there is cartilage. In some spaces, there is the synovial fluid. All these things are affected by those toxins. Therefore, in Ayurveda, it is called as Sandhivata. Vata is air, toxins. Sandhi is joint. How important this is. And where from it comes? From the food habits. Therefore, instead of eating in one go, huge quantity, keep the stomach always empty. At least 10, 20, 30% empty. The fire of hunger should not die. Keep it there. And all these things have a direct impact on the mind. You must have seen sometime experience also where there is very uncomfortable stomach and all that, and all kinds of belching comes and all that, Do we feel good about it? Yeah, I don't feel what is happening. It's all happening to the mind. Oh, this is meditation. We thought sit like a Dumbo for 1 hour. Friends, I know they are great yoga teachers here in Dubai. They must be killing me in their mind. But Satyam Vadishami, Rutam Vadishami. I am telling the truth. I am not spinning it from my head. It is according to the scriptural authority. Friends. Therefore, our total life is involved in meditation. So, waking experiences are limited to waking. Still further, I am husband only in front of the wife, not a Rashtrapati. Only in front of the wife. I am a father only in front of my children. Not for everybody child. No. Not a Dhritarashtra. How important it is. In the same manner, I am meditator only during meditation. No. I am common everywhere. That common denominator is supporting the waking without becoming a waker. Then who is miserable? The waker is miserable. The substratum is not miserable. So the husband is miserable, not the man. The son is miserable, not the man. The father is miserable, not the man. The waker is miserable, not the self that we are. Similarly, the dreamer is miserable during the dream. But I am not miserable because I know the dream, good or bad. In this manner, the one who is not limited to a particular area of experience, waking, dream, deep sleep or samadhi, it comes and goes. We have neither come nor gone anywhere. Chala chali ka khela. All these things come and go. We are ever the same. Therefore, reflect on this Simple question. Who goes to sleep? Who goes to? We all go to sleep, isn't it? Who goes to sleep? The waker cannot go to sleep. He is not in the sleep. The dreamer doesn't go to sleep. He is not in the sleep. And we do say, I had good sleep, but in between there were some bad dreams also. So who makes this statement? I had good sleep and in between bad dreams. We do make this statement. Who makes this statement? Find out. So the waker cannot make, dreamer cannot make, because they were not in the deep sleep. And the deep sleeper also cannot make this statement. If he is sleeping, then how does he know that I was sleeping? Then the one who was supporting the sleep, he was awake in the sleep. He only can make this statement. When you analyze, when we go to sleep, what exactly happens? We drop everything, come back to our bed, and there also the last thing is what? Maha Mantra. I want to sleep. I want to sleep. Till such time I and want is there, sleep doesn't begin. So, yena tyajasi tat tyaja. The one who discarded everything, you have to discard that also. So, even for a simple thing like sleep, the one who wanted to sleep, he also must be dropped, then only the sleep begins. In the same manner, the one who wanted to do meditation, even that fellow must be dropped. Therefore, we tell you, meditation without a meditator. If there is no meditator, there is no meditation. If there is no meditator meditation, there is neither a success nor a failure. Then what it is? Time pass. Ramdas Swami says, Upasanela dhrusalavave. Why we should continue upasana? Time pass. Old people are problem in every house. So the Mahatmas have discovered this technique. See, you have to do upasana in the old days. Get up in the morning, do the meditation, do the japa, read pothi. What for? When you are busy, occupied, you will not disturb others. Keep yourself occupied. Not to get something. You cannot get anything. You are that. Then why? Time pass. See? Like you are all here come. Time pass ho jata hai. Get a nice cup of tea, I hope. Therefore, ना कुछ पाना, ना कुछ खोना. ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ओम शांति शांति शांति. हरि ओम. श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. हरि ओम.